This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
I'm Doug Shoup. I'm the Southeast Area Agronomist for Kansas State University, and a lot of our winter programming this winter has been focused on weed control, and really a lot of our effort has been focused on pigweed control. So there are several pigweed species in Kansas, but the ones that producers are having the most difficult problem with are two particular species. One is common water hemp. It's found mostly in the eastern third of Kansas. And then the other one, which has been more of a recent problem, is Palmer amaranth. And that is one that's really exploded in central and western Kansas. And a lot of that is because of the herbicide glyphosate. And glyphosate has been fantastic. And we've got a lot of great benefits from glyphosate. And there's still a lot of good benefits from glyphosate. But these two particular pigweed species have developed resistance to glyphosate, which has caused some newer challenges for producers. And so some of our emphasis in our weed control meetings this winter has been on focusing on the other cultural practices that we can do for good weed management. And one of those that we don't think about a lot of times is the narrower rows. And a lot of times in soybeans is where we have our most difficult problems with pigweed species. And so I've been stressing to producers that doing simple things like narrowing our soybean rows from 30 inches down to 15 inches or even less, we can get a significant suppression of germination, up to about 60% germination suppression just by narrowing our soybean rows. And so doing some of those little things outside of herbicides can go a long way towards taking a lot of pressure off of our herbicides to work. But ultimately, what the take-home message is for producers who are having problems is focus on residual pre-emerge herbicides. And still, I feel like there's about 3 good classes of herbicides that work pre-emerge in soybean. That would be a class 5, which is Syncor or metribuzin, or there's generics of metribuzins. The class 14, which are what we call the PPO herbicides, and those are things that contain sulfentrazone or Valor or fumezephin, which is in prefix. And then the other one is the group 15 class herbicides, which are things like Dual, Outlook, Zidua, and Warrant. And so any sort of combination, 2 or 3 of those different classes of herbicides is what I've been recommending to producers. Just as long as we have 2 mechanisms of action in there, we can get longer active control. We put less selection pressure on the one herbicide that is working for our pre-emerge, and it's just a better integrated weed management approach to help reduce the amount of herbicide resistance that could develop down the road.
Heinen Brothers, a 4th-generation Northeast Kansas farm family, knows how tough farming can be. Farmers helping farmers. Heinen Brothers Ag, selling and servicing crop protection products, fertilizer, anhydrous ammonia, cover crops, quality aerial and ground application. Call today to learn about our extended term financing program, 800-760-4964. HeinenBrothersAg.com.